The Yoga King's daughter begs for him to listen because times are changing. But they know that he's stubborn, so Uchimura suggests that they become allies instead. They force his hand enough that he has to consider it. A few days later, they get word that he agrees to the alliance. Now that he's a Heavenly King, Uchimura has to pick an aide, but he isn't sure who to pick, and Ulmandrah just tells him to go with his gut. And his gut tells him to pick his work wife, not as an aide, but as a partner. She's considering it while trying not to show that she's, super excited, but as she's doing that, the Ogre King's daughter shows up again. Orl is there as an official emissary of the Ogre tribe. She thanks him for everything, and he ends up offering her the job. He tells them both that he's looking forward to working with them, but Ulmandrah's like she's not looking forward to working with a rival Heavenly King. Shoulda gave her the job, bro. Happy wife, happy life. Now that Orl handles negotiations, he can handle other things. Thanks to more people joining the demon army, Uchimura now has to deal with a food shortage. The most common meal they have there is made from wheat, and he wishes that he could have some meat instead. So Ulmandrah decides to go hunting for a magical beast. It's been killing demi-humans in the area, so 2 birds with 1 stone. While they're talking about orcs and their customs, the beast pulls up on them, and without hesitation, Ulmandrah springs into action. She attacks from above, but the boar doesn't take much damage. It counters by digging into the ground and throwing rocks at her. She's dodging and keeping up with the beast, but she needs to end it. So she decides to transform even though she doesn't like to. And it made all the difference. She basically took it down in 1 attack. And now it's time to eat. And Uchimura is just shocked by what she can do. Then she starts dragging it away with 1 hand. She decides to share the meat with the orc village. But wait, isn't that cannibalism? Orcs eating a boar that was eating them? Turns out the orcs are okay with cannibalism. And Ulmandrah decides to cook the boar with magic. And of course it comes out absolutely terrible, and Uchimura isn't afraid to tell her. So he decides to whip something up himself, and boy can this man cook. Roast boar and mushroom soup. Workwife goes for the taste test, and this picture says it all. Everyone loves the food, and Uchimura tells them he'll teach them how to cook. Isn't that kinda lowly for a Heavenly King? No, they lack the experience because they're poor. I hate to admit it, but you're right. And it's their duty as Heavenly Kings to lift them out of poverty. They're about to leave, and Uchimura gets curious about Ulmandrah's magic. He says, wouldn't it be more efficient to use other things than magic sometimes? Ulmandrah tells him that's a very offensive thing to say. His efficiency goes against what it means to be a demon. She gets mad and leaves him.